Okay guys, I want to start this video off by expressing my gratitude for the people that don't ignore me when I say I have a Patreon page where you could support the free content that I put out. And I was thinking to myself, Chad, like, are you feeling resentment towards the people that come to your page every single day to try to gain an edge and to get information and ask all these questions and all this stuff, when they pretty much blatantly turn around and ignore when I do, put out my Patreon and subscription on Instagram and like all these other ways that you could support the free stuff I put out? And I'm like, no, I don't resent them. As a matter of fact, so few people actually do go and subscribe to those things that I don't expect people to do it. And I just more so expect people to just continue to show up and take the value and, don't believe in the law of reciprocation. But then I thought to myself, okay, that's cool because I'm still helping people, and that's obviously like what I want to do. I think the world and the universe rewards people who don't expect that in return. But with all that said, the amount of gratitude and appreciation that I have for the few people that do actually subscribe to that stuff, it is out of this world. And I just need to let you guys know and acknowledge you guys before I get into this video talking about what we're going to be talking today, which is, I've got my little German Shepherd board and train Zelda there, and she has yet to learn how to walk like a lady. And today's video is sponsored by the Blue Braided Custom Captain Leash by Black Jack's Leather. It doesn't get any better than this, folks. Okay, this is a limited edition item. I don't know if he has any more blue, but he has brown, he has black. It's all legitimate leather, and there is not a better leash in the game. Okay, so off. Okay guys, we're back. Sorry about that. Where'd my clicker go? Here it is. Good. Little freebie right there. So my goal for her, obviously we're going to work obedience and do all the things, starting today, because I finally feel like today she's like the dog that I was really trying to pull out of her. She's playing with other dogs magnificently. You could just see her spirit coming to light, because when she first arrived, it was like sketchy, fear, uncertainty, all these things. And that's one of the things I try to explain when it comes to a board and train program, and people are very skeptical to leave their dogs in which that they know are fearful of things. The value in learning to adjust and to acclimate to a new environment is important, because we want to provide that opportunity for dogs. We want to provide that opportunity so they can grow in their confidence. And so people that withhold their fearful dogs and they don't allow that opportunity, they don't go to new places, they don't offer new opportunities to grow, the dog's never going to grow. So it is hard to leave your dog anywhere for any amount of time. But the value that we're getting out of this is her confidence is just skyrocketing. And that's really what I wanted out of her. I wanted her to just be a fucking dog, bro. And that brings me great joy and great pride to be a part of her growth. And one of the comparisons that I make, if I were to help make sense of that, is when I first traveled overseas. No, not overseas. That was a growth experience for me as well, because I was like in a new country, and it was like, where am I? This is scary. I don't have any friends over here. I'm like the only American on the baseball team that I was playing for at the time. And I could use that example, but let's go back even further. When I first, as a 19-year-old, I first signed my professional baseball contract. I went over to Johnson City, Tennessee, and I'm a California kid through and through. And at 19, I had traveled to some places, but I never went and lived anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I had been around the country because I used to race BMX bikes nationally. And so, but I went with my mom, so there was like a level of comfort there to have my mom there with me. But this time, I didn't have my mom there to save me, right? And I was like out of sorts, and I was like skeptical of this new thing that I had in front of me. And at a certain point, I called back home, and I'm like, Mom, I don't want to do this. I want to come home. And my mom was like, you know what, honey? I know you're scared right now, but I think that if you at least gave it a chance, you might end up liking it, and you might and that's exactly what happened. I ended up having like the best summer of my life, learning how to acclimate and to adjust to new environment, to new things. And we went from that place to this place, and had my mom say, yeah, honey, come home. Like, it's all good right away, which she would have. But she knew that if I just stick it through, that I was going to come out the other side a better person and a stronger person, more confident person. And that's exactly what happened. And so I could really, really compare that to this exact situation. Good girl. What's the other thing I want to bust out and show you guys? We're going to put the prong collar on her for the first time today. Okay. This is a HERM SPRENGER prong collar. It's the only brand that we will ever recommend, and the only brand of prong collar we will ever use. You can get them on Amazon, any pet feed store that has good quality gear. This is a little annoying, but this is what it looks like. It looks like this, comes brand new with the tag. We're gonna go ahead and twist and bust that off, throw that over there, pick it up later. I'm gonna take the tag off, throw that over there, pick it up later. I gotta get some weeds and rake later anyway. I could already tell you that this is gonna be too big for her. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out probably 3 total links. I'm gonna take 2 out on this side. Okay, I'll go pick those up later. And then I'm gonna take 1 out on this side because I could kinda, at this point, just eyeball the size that it needs to be. And you know, how we fit it is very important. So right there, that's really perfect. And the next thing I'm gonna do is, off. I'm gonna take it back off of her for a second and show you the only way to take it on and off is to squeeze this part. It goes right in those 2 loops. And then to take it out, you squeeze this part, it comes right out. But operation, if you put the carabiner hook just on this little flat part and you pull, it's gonna give a little bit of a pinch. We're not at that point yet, so we're gonna put it on both loops and we're gonna take the pinch feature away because we're not ready to goose her too much yet. We really wanna introduce this in a positive format, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna teach her that this pressure that she's gonna feel is a positive thing, and that's really important for me when I'm teaching a dog, when I'm conditioning the prong collar. People will just go get these and start using them too vigorously, and you attach a negative association to it because you're just going too heavy too soon. We like to crawl before we walk. It's a great comparison. We like to crawl before we walk. So just to give you a little look at what it's gonna look like on her. Carabiner hook from the Leash, Blackjack's leather, goes through both of these, takes the pinch feature away, but she's still gonna feel the sensation of the round, dull points there. So we're gonna come back this way. We're gonna put this around her neck. Okay, it's on there. We're gonna take her long leash off. I've been having her drag a long leash around just for security purposes. She's been nervous and sketchy, and I will never let a nervous and sketchy dog go without being on a line. So, going back to this little process here, I'm gonna let her feel it a little bit, and I'm gonna click and pay. I'm gonna walk a couple of steps. She's gonna go that way, I go this way, boom. And you could tell how sensitive she is already about it. She's like, the dog doesn't know. Good. Dog doesn't know what it is yet. So very simply, she goes that way, I go this way. Good, right there. She feels it, she turns, you click and pay. She feels it, she turns, you click and pay. Boom. Good. Trying to bite the leash already because she's like, what's this? Real light on it. Real light on it. Now, we got to keep in mind, good. Do you see this? She's like, whoa, what's that? What's that? What's that? Stay light on it. Stay light on that pressure. Dogs they're not all created equally. Some dogs don't respond in a very conflicting way to this stuff. But if you sense that there's some conflict there, you got to go so light on it, brother. You have got to go so light on it to start. Good, right there. So we're effectively teaching her to follow this pressure and that there's something in it for her. This is how you teach it to be a positive, okay? Gas pedal before the brakes. Gas pedal before the brakes. Same exact idea for the e-collar as well. Good, right there. She goes that way, I go this way. Little basic pressure release drill. Little pressure basic release, pressure release drill. Good. And the directional changes is basically critical in reference to getting a dog to follow. Now, she's never really learned how to walk like a lady. Yeah, that's it. So we're also rewarding We're rewarding the choice to turn and follow. Yes, right there, buddy. And we're walking, she passes, pressure, release, pay. So there's actually quite a bit happening all at one time, folks. Quite a bit happening. Good. Good girl. Good. Walking like a lady. Turn, pressure, release, click, pay. Just like this. Great drill to do. Great drill to do right when you step out of your house and you're going for a walk. And the reason why this is a great drill to do before you get into the walk is because you want her to get more into a follower state of mind before you go into the walk. Because if you go straight into the walk, the dog's excited, they're overstimulated, you're not really effectively practicing anything. Okay? Then you could start the walk. Heel. Good. Okay? That's the difference between people with dogs that walk right next to them versus dogs that are leading the way. Dogs that are leading the way have never been they've never been taught how to follow. And just to point out, man, I haven't put any real pressure on this dog. Super light. The strategy and technique comes with understanding the directional changes, the payment, as soon as she chooses to continue following, just like this. Then you can shorten the leash up a little bit. Good girl. Steady. Come on. Good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Then after a while, you just look to see if she's going to follow the pressure on her, or it's just she'll start to follow before you even have to put any pressure on her, right? So right now I'm going to do a turn. I'm going to keep the pressure loose. Boom, follows me on her own. Click and pay. It's beautiful. Come on. Good, right there. Good stuff. Leash handling too. Got the excess in my right hand. I've got a little bit of a shorter leash on this side. Good, right there. Real light on the prong collar pressure. Real light on it. Good, come on. Good. So the reason why we want to introduce the pressure in this way, because at some point, you know, you're going to turn, she's not going to follow, you put a little pressure on it. Good. It's teaching her to follow the pressure. Feels pressure, she follows. Ready? Pressure, follows. Click, pay. And this is all we're doing right now. This is the introduction. And that's it. That's all I really got for this video. I'm pretty sure it's super long by now, but I hope you got something out of it. And we're going to get back to work. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if this is how you taught your dog how to walk. Let me know if you think I'm doing something wrong. Captain Chad, Miss Zelda, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.